let's embark and see precisely what this envenomation will do to poor little old Jack. Oh, the container's really getting me, folks. Oh, man. Ah! Ooh, oh, was that a little pinch? Oh, come on, get in there. Oh, okay, wow, that was a really good pinch.
Loxosceles reclusa, the brown recluse, one of the most feared venomous spiders in North America. I've heard everything from these spiders are deadly to they cause huge rotting sores in the flesh. But is this really the case? Chemically, when looking at the venom, we don't find much evidence to support these types of claims. So what does the bite of a brown recluse actually do? I've actually tested this once before, and I was quite surprised with the minimal results. So let's see if a second test will prove that these spiders are less dangerous than the public would have you believe.
Now what you are about to witness is a documentation, a full documentation of an extreme Loxosceles reclusa, brown recluse envenomation. Now what you are going to see is probably not going to show up in about 95% of bites. This is going to be within the top 5% of extreme envenomations where you get enough venom to really cause a wide range of reaction and a systemic reaction throughout the body. Now I will preface this, that although this bite was extreme, it is once again not medically significant. What do I mean by that? It does not require seeking medical attention at an emergency room or hospital. This was treated completely at home through easily acquirable over-the-counter products and simple human hygiene. So, without further ado, I would like for you to enjoy this full bite documentation. Hopefully, you learn something new about these really interesting and unique spiders. Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to Jack's World of Wildlife, and of course, welcome back again to a brown recluse bite video. Now, you may be going, what? What did he just say? A brown recluse bite video? Don't those like melt your arms off and shoot your family and leave you for dead in a ditch after they steal your kidneys and sell them on the black market? Common mistake. No, that's wrong. Brown recluse are common spiders across the southern United States. They kind of stretch around a little bit into the east. Not quite as common as some people would have you believe, and not quite the deadly adversary that others might claim them to be. This little spider here is one of the most feared venomous spiders in North America. Why? I couldn't tell you. Doctors, nurses, misidentifying wounds, gigantic bacterial infections run rampant, have caused such a horrible, horrible reputation for these spiders. Is it deserved? No! Why don't you get bit then? Okay, I will. I have, and I'll do it again. My last video, if you care to watch it, was very in-depth and documented the full envenomation of a large female Loxosceles reclusa, brown recluse, on an average-sized human male, aka Jack's World of Wildlife. Now, the video did well, which I'm glad, and was primarily positively received, which I am glad, but we still had a lot of naysayers. A lot of people claiming, even after I told them the truth, that they themselves had an attack on their lives from a teeny tiny little brown spider. So I'm here again to disprove all those people again. Sorry about it, not sorry. So I will be taking yet another envenomation from an adult brown recluse spider, Loxosceles reclusa, to once again. Okay, again. I want you guys to hear that word, again. I have already proven this to you. Again, I shall create a video to prove the innocence of these spectacular little spiders. Not an animal to be afraid of, not an animal that can rot limbs off and cause huge necrotic craters in your skin, but a spider going about its life doing spidery things. Are you guys curious to see what the bite of a brown recluse will do? Am I just blowing hot air out of my posterior end? Or do I know what I'm talking about? Stay tuned, and one of those questions may be answered. So, you may ask, well, hold on, Jack. Take a pause real quick. My auntie had her leg chopped clean off by a brown recluse. What do you have to say about that? I have 3 things to say, actually. 1, did you see a spider? Or was this simply a big purple splotch on my arm? It's a spider bite. Or go to the doctor and they say, big purple splotch on your arm. It's a spider bite. Okay, first off, you didn't see a spider. Who's to say it's not an infected pore, some kind of lesion that became infected? Bacteria is a real nasty thing, folks. I don't get why we're so set on blaming spiders when bacteria kills a lot more people a year. But I digress. Number 1, did you see a spider? If the answer is no, wasn't a brown recluse. Number 2, you did see a spider? Are you able to identify a brown recluse? Can you pick a brown recluse out of 3 different spiders? If you answer no, sorry, wasn't a brown recluse. And our third point being, did you use proper wound care management? Or did you say, oh no, a mosquito bite or something, I'm not sure, and just took the fecal, bacterial mountains of germs underneath your fingernails and go, eat up, little wound, have some bacteria for you, and then 2 weeks later you went, I'm not getting better. Must have been those brown recluse. I would have been fine without those spiders here. Is that what happened? Be honest with me. This was not an overnight thing, and I don't want to get any comments like, "Well, it appeared overnight. On my bed sores in my back. I've been laying in bed for 6 months, and all of a sudden I had a brown recluse bite there. Overnight, exploded, huge pus-filled green ooze." I'm not gonna believe you, bud. That sounds like a severe problem that you should have definitely gone to the doctor for. Okay? Please, for the love of all that is good, stop blaming spiders. Recognize that bacteria is very dangerous. Take personal hygiene as a priority in your life. And clean wounds as you see them. Mosquito bites, ant bites, any type of break in the skin can become infected and can become life-threatening. Are you seeing a pattern here? Hearsay, random people, doctors who know nothing about entomology, none of them, listen, none of them are qualified to identify a brown recluse bite. Okay? I'm not doing this to be sassy. There is some pent-up frustration from having to explain this time and time and time again. But unlike some other snarky keyboard warriors, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. And if I tell you, hey, this spider's not dangerous, you better believe I'm going to show you why. Now, there's a tiny little component in the spider's venom called sphingomyelinase D, and it is an enzyme. And what it does is it causes necrosis, cell damage, and tissue damage, right? Those huge, nasty, weeping, gaping sores in your arm could be caused by a heavy, large amount of sphingomyelinase D. However, What is this spider, folks? Tell me at home. Small. Very small. Very, very, very small. So what do you think about the quantity of sphingomyelinase D in this animal? You guessed it. Also small. So, the activity and the quantity of sphingomyelinase D, that component that causes necrosis, tissue damage, is too small in these Loxosceles reclusa to cause such extensive injuries. I would wager to cause any sort of necrosis at all. And if it does appear in very rare cases, it would be extremely minimal and easily treated. So you may be saying, okay, guy, or you've stopped watching because I'm kind of coming off annoying in this video. But you want to know what happens, right? You want to know what happens if a brown recluse bites you. Not what somebody told you, not what a doctor said happened, but a real, first-person, fully documented account of what this bite will do. And I'm here to do it for you guys. And gals. And whomever else may be watching. Okay, I'm sorry for getting on to you all. I love you dearly, and I just want to educate you. That's all. So if you're still receptive to hearing me, despite me being quite passive-aggressive towards you, all the power to you. And I'm really proud of you. So, lids off. Don't breathe the toxic fumes. Just kidding, it's just a spider. So, there it is. I'm gonna let it calm down a bit. The brown recluse, in my opinion, a relatively harmless spider. I don't find these to be medically significant, really, in any capacity. And there are those that would disagree with me. But from personal experience, from anecdotal experience, I have seen nothing that would warrant the reputation that these spiders have. Oh, I'll give you what you want. Come on.
I just need
I know, just need to smash it on there. No, I don't want to hurt you. Oh. Ooh. Oh, was that a little pinch? Oh. Come on, get in there. Oh! Okay, wow, that was a really good pinch. Ow. Huh. All right, I'll let you go. Ooh, interesting.
Ooh. Putting it on your face was reckless. You could get really hurt.
So where is it? On the back of my head?
No, it's right there.
Oh. My badge. I was awarded the Got a Brown Recluse to Bite Me badge in Boy Scouts today. Wow, actually, that was a little pinch. I'm surprised. That hurt a lot more than my other one. So it bit me right in there. Oh, God.
Pretty sure the other one bit me while I was filming.
Oh, no. Zombie apocalypse, ground zero, right here. In this little forest was me. Anyway, you can see it's a little bit pink, just to verify that I was bitten, so all the naysayers could say, hey, that didn't really bite you. If it was a real bite, you would have died already. No, sadly, sorry. I try and keep it over here, but it was in my hair. I'm follically blessed, so it might be a little hard to see. Now, here's what I'm expecting. See, it's right in there. Little hair. I'll move some of this hair out of the way. Got me right there. How sweet of her. She got me right there. Now, I think to the fullest extent, we might see what we saw in the previous bite, which was maybe some lymphangitis, which is not blood poisoning. It is evidence of bacteria in the lymphatic system, which can be easily addressed and your immune system can take care of it. That's why it is swollen. It's because your immune system's on it, taking care of you, taking care of me. So if we see that, that's gonna look like red striations going up my lymphatic system into my armpit. Nothing to be concerned about. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. The second I notice a bump, what should I do? I should wash it with soap and water, right? To alleviate the risk of topical bacteria sneaking their way into the bite. Then what should I do next? I don't know. Might be a good idea to put some topical antiseptic cream on there. Some antibiotics that you can buy at like CVS. Not doctor prescribed, because that was the confusion in my other video. But just some over-the-counter for little cuts and scrapes, you know, just to keep the wound clean. Put a Band-Aid on it if you want. Don't put a Band-Aid on it if you don't want. But doing that for about a week, week and a half, all effects should be gone. Maybe 2 weeks max, all effects should be gone. Okay? I promise. I'm not trying to get people hurt. I'm not trying to trick anybody. There's no magic of the camera. This is done in one take. You can take a look here. See, there's a little bump now where she got me. Good envenomation. I actually felt it, which I'm surprised. You're not going to be like seizing and gyrating. There's no risk of anaphylaxis from a spider bite. No risk of allergic reaction, severe allergic reaction. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world. These are not harbingers of death. They're spiders. If you're uncomfortable with them in your home, scoop them up, throw them outside. So, one last look. Take a look at that. See that little circular little bump right there? That is a brown recluse bite. That's what that's going to look like. Day one. A tiny pinch. Nothing electric. Nothing that you're going to be like, oh, oh, jumping out of your seat with. Okay? Tiny little pinch. Make sure. Simple wound care. That's all you got to do. I will note, should you believe you've been bitten by a brown recluse and in actuality have a horrible gangrenous bacterial infection that is super far along, please seek medical help. This is not a video to excuse actual serious bacterial infections that could become life-threatening or threatening of a limb. Please go to the doctor. Well, stick around, folks. Make sure that I'm not lying to you, okay? Brown recluse bite, Loxosceles reclusa. You can already see she actually did bite me twice. Take a look now. There's definitely something going on. 2 little spots of inflammation. And we are going to take a ride down Education Lane because this is something I'm passionate about. Misunderstood animals, that's all they are, misunderstood. They're beautiful creatures. They've got a role in the ecosystems that they're a part of. They have a reason to be here. They have a life, and they're important. No reason at all to harbor such aggressive prejudice towards the beautiful animals that we share this planet with. So stick around and see if I'm telling you the truth or if I get to go to the hospital. We'll take a look here, folks. We haven't even made it out of the forest. We're about, 8 minutes after the initial bite. But look at that. Definitely a reaction. It's actually a little tingly, a little stingy, which is impressive. Shortness of breath, heart palpitations. I seized a little bit, but other than that, I'm fine. Just kidding. That's a joke. Don't take that seriously. I'm okay. It's a little uncomfortable, more uncomfortable than my other brown recluse bites, so this will be interesting. Yet another test of Loxosceles reclusa with my own body on the line, which is fine because I'm, once again, willing to, as the people say, put my money where my mouth is in defense of these beautiful and amazing creatures. So we're going to see what happens. I'm excited. How about you? I bet you are excited. It's fun. It's interesting, especially when it's not on you, right? So let's embark and see precisely what this envenomation will do to poor little old Jack. Wow, take a look at this, folks. This is about, I want to say 30 minutes after the initial envenomation. You can see there that kind of whiter spot is the epicenter. I am really excited to see how this plays out. This seems to be a little more severe than my first envenomation. However, I'm not expecting too many serious or complicated results. I'm thinking we're going to see more of the same, maybe with a few add-ons, because this does appear to be a severe envenomation, but you can see this huge red patch is what you're going to see. So if you're just seeing a small little raised red bump,
There's a very real chance that that was a mosquito or maybe an infected pore or follicle, and not, in fact, a brown recluse bite, because look at that. That is a full red, patchy mess, almost rash-like in some areas. Very interesting. So it's not showing up super well on the camera, but this is actually super raised. I wish it would show better. Really puffy. Maybe if I turn to the side, you can see a little bit. Huh. Wow, take a look at this, folks. This is the morning after. Look at that. That's actually the scar I have from the wheel bug bite. And this bite has actually discolored that, as well as added a lot of color to my scar up here. And look at my skin. I don't know if you can tell, but my skin is red. That is really interesting. I think that this is one of the more severe brown recluse envenomations that I have not only seen, but ever heard of. Truly attributed. Look at the swelling. My body is nice and red. Other than that, I feel okay. Got a little bit of a headache, but I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I'm gonna drink some water and eat some soup. And I'm gonna I have a little over-the-counter, little triple antibiotic kind of cream that I'm gonna put on this whole little epicenter. And we're gonna see. It would be really interesting to see if we got some mild necrosis, so I can show you guys from an extreme envenomation the full extent of the tissue damage, because I think that's what a lot of this coloration may be, is it's trying to destroy some of the cells here. Here is what I'm going to be using on the bite. I'm probably going to put this on a handful of times a day, just on the afflicted area. Nice little over-the-counter Walgreens triple antibiotic ointment. Here we are on day 3. You can see still a lot of discoloration, a lot of inflammation, and you can actually start to see some discoloration right at the site of the bite. So really, really interesting so far. A lot more severe than the previous reaction. So we're going to see what exactly happens with this bite. Still on day 3 here, but now we're starting to see the blister develop. So my arm's kind of shiny from the triple antibiotic, but you can see right at the side of the bite there is actually a little dermal blister, which is holding on to some liquid, and that blister is actually going to get larger, so keep an eye on that area. Here we have the blister. It's a lot larger. We still have that dark kind of purple coloration around the area of the bite, but you can see definitely the blister is probably 2 or 3 times the size as it was the previous day. Well, I figured y'all might be tired of just the straight voiceovers, but that's been the easiest way for me to document everything. Let's take a look. There's the wheel bug scar, and here that kind of discolored blister looking patch is the actual brown recluse bite. Actually my redness has kind of gone down. I'm still a little red just on my body and whatnot, but my kind of body aches have sort of subsided for the most part. I have a bit of a headache today, but I think this is going to be the full extent. I was hoping to see some mild necrosis here, but I think that little discolored blister is all we're really going to get. But I'm very impressed so far. This has been a really, really extreme brown recluse bite. Now, here's where something really interesting and unexpected happened. So this is a good example of the redness that I had on my body, which I actually believe was a pseudohistamine response. So it's actually a component of the venom that is mimicking an allergy reaction, which is super crazy.
Here we are, day 5. I've got the triple antibiotic ointment over-the-counter stuff on there. Blister is a little yellow today. There's the wheel bug scar, but pretty much the exact same as yesterday and the day prior. I feel a little bit less achy, which is nice. But other than that, I think we're starting to hit the kind of decline of the severe reactions. Once again, no need to travel to the hospital, no need for any prescription medication, and therefore I would not classify this as medically significant, although it has been a lot more uncomfortable than I was expecting. Alright, so here we are on day, I think this is day 6. So the bite, not much has changed. Maybe it's a little darker. Body-wise, I feel better. I feel like all my symptoms are kind of skin deep. But take a look where I was really red. I'm now kind of purple. And I think that's this kind of, not sure what this is, reaction starting to slow down. I think I'd be surprised if it got much worse. It's really only in my kind of, my swimsuit area. See, it stops right above the knee. But then it goes up. I can't show you any higher than this. But it starts kind of right above my waist and goes down to about kind of lower 2/3 of my thigh. Really interesting. This is the one symptom I wasn't really expecting. The blister, the swelling, the bruise, that's all pretty contemporary with a severe bite, but this redness, I was like, huh, that's weird. Here we are, day 8. Day 7, I was working all day, so I actually did not record anything, but very minimal changes. Actually, it's less purple, I would say, today. A little more red. Less swelling. Less overall redness and whatever. But look at that. Pretty nasty. Oh, wow. Sorry, this is a brand new phone. So I'm not used to the recording. But very interesting. Who knows if it'll get much worse than this. Super interesting. So here we are, once again on day 8. Remember how red and how purple my leg was? A lot of that is actually starting to go away. And this red kind of color, you can see there's not even as distinctive a difference as there was between, you know, my white leg and then the irritation. So this is really interesting. I'm judging off of this, I think this will be completely gone in maybe a few days. Maybe two days, I'm gonna say. By day 10, I think this should be gone. And I think we'll only have to be looking at the arm from here on out, I'm hoping. Here we are, folks. Day 10. I think I accidentally popped that blister. Oopsie. But the rest is pretty normal. Same as the other days. So we are gonna see what else happens, but swelling's down, redness is down. I'm getting better. Nice and juicy. This should be day 11, I think. The blister is no more. And honestly, oh gosh, sorry. Oops. Sorry, new camera. Day 11, it's just kind of numb on this kind of red area, and then the rest is kind of what is, not super painful or anything. I was hoping we might see a little bit of necrosis so I could show that to you guys, but I do not have high hopes.
Well, it's day 12, and I wanted to once again update on the site of the bite. And I've brought a lovely brown recluse once again to accompany us. But take a look at this. Easy. Look at the redness, and the blister was here and it has since popped. The spider's sitting on top of the wheel bug bite scar, but really interesting reaction. I was not expecting all this to have occurred in the way it has, which is very strange. Look at that. Take a look at that, folks. Pretty gnarly, huh? Now, I have not needed to take any prescription antibiotics or go to the doctor or go to the emergency room or do anything other than how you might treat a mild body flu, which is going to be typical in the treatment of a severe Loxosceles reclusa envenomation, much like this one. Now, I will mention, should you experience severe necrotic cavities developing in your skin or in or around your person, please go to the doctor. Just because I'm saying brown recluses are harmless does not mean that whatever people call brown recluse bites are not indeed dangerous. These are likely extremely rampant bacterial infections that do need to be addressed immediately. So not the poor fault of our lovely little spiders here, but rather nefarious bacteria. The sun glistens on my lovely brown recluse bite today. Lovely, lovely. But this is day 13, almost 2 weeks. The blister area is kind of discolored. We might see some scabbing there, but so far, no real rotting tissue or necrosis of any kind that I would classify. The skin of the bite is actually peeling, kind of like a sunburn, this top layer, but that just might be how my body gets rid of all of this. Just kind of shedding the dead cells off the top. I don't think we're gonna see any like gangrenous rotting patches. So once again, not too bad, like more of a scratch, really. A good day 16. Nice and dry, scabby. Still no dark necrosis or anything, so very interesting. Long time no see, folks. Sorry I haven't been updating, it's just been boring. It's not really done much other than heal now. This is day 23? So, as you can see, almost fully healed up. Looks like there'll be some mild scarring, but we didn't really get to see any of that black, rotting necrosis that so many attribute to these brown recluse spiders. Of course, now the planes choose to fly overhead and the dog chooses to shake for my lovely audio. But super, super interesting. Not really as serious as many would lead you to believe. You made it! You did it! You got to the end! Congratulations! Do you know what you win? Nothing. You get nothing! Good day, sir! You get nothing, but you do get the joy in your hearts from knowing that you know the truth. The idiot scab finally fell off. It looks like I'm just gonna have a little scar there. But it's gonna be great and it's gonna be fine. Super interesting test. I was not expecting for the brown recluse to beat me up as much as it did, but still did not need any extra help from the doctors. So it was a super interesting test. We had a lot of interesting things happen, including that weird pseudo allergy kind of histamine reaction type thing, which was strange. And then, of course, the systemic loxocelism was interesting to document in an extreme bite. So, congratulations for making it to the end. I hope you learned something. I hope it was interesting. I hope it was good. So, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Join our channel memberships for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Buy the new merchandise. And, of course, above all else, tune in next time for the next episode of Jack's World of Wildlife.